Traders, welcome back to our price action trading lesson. We're looking at S&P 500 E-mini futures. The time frame is 2000 tick chart. We're going to be using price action to help us navigate the market and identify high probability setups. Right now, the structure is a little bit more bullish. We started with weak trend working lower, break new extreme, and you have stronger bullish push working higher. And I have to right now identify a pattern for this bullish structure right here. And I have two options. I can, number one, draw a wider channel like this. That is very tempting because I can see I get some market geometry, bounce here, but at the same time, it looks like one leg up, break, second leg up. So I have two options. It is a little bit too conflicting. The stock market is going to open in 5 minutes. So let's see what's going to happen. Here's the market open and I can see price action created additional push up. You can see we exceeded the measured move and we traded even higher. So this right here is making this structure look even more bullish. So what I like doing right now, I like trusting the wider uptrend because we had the significant push right here. We passed the measured move and this is right now telling me, okay, the market looks bullish. It's getting more confirmed. So let's see what's going to happen. So right now what I'm thinking about is, okay, market is bullish. So let's see how the correction phase is going to look like. I have to redraw the short-term downtrend. As a price action trader, there are always small corrections part of those bigger corrections. I have a new high, first entry long, second entry long, but it's a little bit too early. We're below EMA. This was quite significant leg down, so you would prefer to get a high-low confirmation setup or failed second entry short. And I can see that the exponential moving average and the trend line, they're holding nicely. And this is what you want to see. This is a confirmation that your channel is valid. This is where all the smart traders are going to be buying. This is why we're using these important key entry points as price action traders to help us predict visually where we want to go long. So this right here is high or low, but the high or low triggered technically above this bar right here, new low, first entry short failure. But going along here, double bar entry, it's a little bit too stacked. Can I get some better failed second entry short? I have a failed second entry short here where the single bar is very weak. Now I notice few traders took it because the context is so strong. Okay, you can see how prices are right now reacting nicely to this key entry point. This is a good sign that a lot of buyers are stepping into the market. There is a nice tail and you have three key entry points. The high of the day important key level, the EMA and the trend line. So I didn't take it. I really wanted to see better bar, but on failures, weaker bars, they are acceptable. And given the context, you can consider you're reading the price action correctly. And it fits the rules. Market keeps working higher, So right now we have a correction. So I'm going to redraw. Downtrend working lower. I cannot go long below the EMA. I expect new high, but I can see that this bearish correction is super deep. Okay, so something's not adding up. Why this correction is so long and so strong? It doesn't look at all like the uptrend is in play and we need new high. In fact, if I'm going to use Fibonacci tool just to use a retracement, I can see that we retraced over that 61-80%. And once that happens, that's a sign that you're not going to get a new high. And the new trend right now in the market that is prevailing is this downtrend right here. So I'm no longer expecting new high and I'm right now following this downtrend working lower. In hindsight, I can go back and I can try to make sense of the price action. It looks like there was a very tiny break. You can see sometimes the break is so tiny, it's not that easy to find it, but you can adjust it in hindsight. And right now you're focusing on this bearish trend working lower. So let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to zoom in. This is what I do as a price action trader. I always want to have a channel present for every single price move because it will help me to stay on the right side of the market. There's always a channel for every single price move. Okay. New low first entry short. I'm going to redraw a brand new channel right here because I cannot draw a channel like this. Channels have to be proportionate. This leg is so much longer than the first one. This doesn't make sense. So it has to be proportionate. So I'm going to draw a channel here. You're above EMA, so this is not a good sign for the sellers. And you have overshoot, so you can have stronger correction. You have a new low first entry short, second entry short. Of course, I cannot sell second entry short. We broke above EMA first. This was a strong push up, and we had overshoot. There was no break for this lower high, so there is no lower high yet. And even had there been break, I kind of prefer more failed second entry long because this was significant push above EMA, strong above EMA. And you had overshoot. I kind of want to see something stronger given the fact that you're above EMA and you have overshoot. There is no clear distinct broad break new high as well. But there was no lower high, no nothing. And now I have congestion, so I'm going to wait. This is pretty much no trade zone, area of development. So I'm not even touching this. You can see market is working here. Okay, there was a uptrend generated by the overshoot. Overshoot can generate stronger correction in the opposite direction. You have a break and new high, and market right now is trending lower, so I'm going to draw a downtrend. Why the market is trending lower? Because market wants to see new low for this downtrend right here. So I'm thinking about second entry short at the EMA. Can I get a second entry short at the EMA? Because two trends within new extreme, and we broke back above EMA. Okay. Break and new high. So once I'm watching this, I'm going to draw a small trend range. You have double bottom. In price action, sometimes close is close enough. So in this scenario, you can see that the market participants, they're considering this test, new extreme, to be it. Okay, double bottom attempt is enough because you retrace so much, this bullish push is too strong. There's not going to be technical new low. Market considers double bottom enough. And right now, what I'm focusing on is short-term channels and this consolidation. Okay, because I have flat EMA, I have no bias. All trends played out. All trends played out and we're going sideways. So I like predicting some small consolidation. I just have to use every single tool I have at my disposal when the bias is this unclear. We have a failed second entry long here. I didn't like it. It was actually quite tempting to take it. Locally, it looks pretty good, but the range is just not fully established. You have no resistance bound here, only one. Double bottom here. It's just about to be established. We're kind of in the middle of this potential trend range, which is not fully confirmed. Also, the short-term downtrend is more breaking extreme. I can mark it. If you took it, it's not a horrible setup to take a chance. You may want to consider limit order because it's quite big and it's closing quite low. Depends how big your scalp was and where's your limit order. It could have ended up being a losing trade if you entered at the very bottom and you're going for some significant target profit. If you entered with the limit order, you can get out. But even if you had a losing trade here, I can see those reasons. But trend range is not established yet. It's a little bit too wedgy. Nothing is truly confirmed. So just like being more patient here. If you actually go here where you bounce the resistance and then you go lower, the range is more established. But why there's empty room here? You have to use all the clues. Doji here. And now we have actually interesting fell breakout. And this is actually a decent setup because it's looking like a trend range. Downtrend played out with the breaking low. Even if I'm going to draw it a little bit wider now. Like this. It's such a strong signal bar. You're so far from the EMA. You're most likely going to correct. I actually like this fell breakout. It's a little bit more advanced. Just to ride it back to the EMA. Downtrend played out. You're buying at the bottom. You're so far from the EMA. You're most likely going to pull back. I was looking for some push above EMA, but this rejection is too strong, so I'm not thinking about buying. And market continues to go lower. Okay, so I'm going to redraw a brand new downtrend. There was new downtrend. And what is this key level right here? This right here is the low of the day important key level. Okay, as a price action trader, you always want to pay attention. You don't have to watch it religiously, but you always want to keep those key levels in the back of your mind. The low of the day and the high of the important key level. You find them during pre-market session, okay? Before the market opens, once you're doing your analysis, just select the lowest point and the highest point. And these important key levels, they're important. They may come into play eventually. These are important price levels that the market is reacting to. We have another overshoot. You can see prices broke the trend line, so I can have stronger correction in the opposite direction. There is also another reason that I can expect influx of buyers, and that is the bounce of the low of the day. So I have overshoot, I expect stronger bullish push. I have key level bounce, I expect stronger bullish push. Can I sell second entry short above EMA? I cannot. Number one, it's above EMA. EMA was supposed to reject. But I have two reasons why I expect stronger bullish push. Overshoot and the fact that you are bouncing off the low of the day. So you have to skip the second entry short. And I cannot take failed second entry short. Why I cannot take failed second entry short? Because it already looks like two legs up with the break in new high. When you're taking a failed second entry short, you want it to be part of one move. You want there to be some nice wider channel that is in play, not one leg, broad break, second leg up. Okay? Two leg pullback played out, so I don't want to go long, but there was overshoot and I cannot sell above EMA. Okay, lower high would be somewhat interesting, but of course you have doji. But even with better bar, selling into the low of the day is not ideal. So this is simply an area where we have to be patient. Nothing we can do. You can't really break the rules. Something works in hindsight, yes, but when you're watching this live, why risk your hard-earned capital and your profit account on a structure like this where you have just key level here, everything above EMA. These are not simple, easy, high probability setups. Downtrend played out with the break in extreme, so I'm going to pause, looking to go short. You have a second entry short, but downtrend played out. And even if you're watching wider channel, you can't really take it because it's just simply too big. You're going short right into the low of the move. You cannot go short at the very bottom, but downtrend played out. Okay. The wider channel that you can be looking for is something like this, for example. When you're using a secondary channel like this, you always want to see some stronger push phase because it will break in your extreme and you want some confirmation that the bearish bias is still present. So I always want to see some stronger push phase, market really trending lower, that would confirm that the channel is wider. You cannot take second entry short. You're above EMA again. It is an inside bar. So if you're thinking about selling, you're playing this channel, you need a little high that never formed. Okay, it looks like now the secondary channel is valid and the market is going to get new low. There was no trigger for lower high. Can I get a second entry short? New low, first entry short? No. There's no break higher. We're still part of first entry short. Even this channel played out. I have a great second entry short here, but unfortunately, all downtrends played out. All downtrends played out, so can't really justify taking this second entry short, but this is a perfect setup visually. But we are not pattern traders. We cannot take just a pattern. We need good context. So I can't take it. Okay, market is nicely reversing, so I'm going to draw uptrend working higher. This is now a brand new bullish market structure. So I'm thinking about buying only. Downtrends played out. Broad break push to new extreme. Massive push above EMA is indicating reversal. You're back above the low day key level. We're going higher. You have a small break new high, but because the break is so tiny, you're so far from the EMA, market many times wants to see the real technical break and push to new high, the broader one, because you can easily make a case for drawing channel a bit wider. So we're thinking about market going higher still to test the new high, but you're not full at the EMA, you can't take it. Okay, breaking new high, so I'm going to pause, looking to go long. And market keeps going higher, so I'm going to redraw secondary channel again. Why can't I redraw a secondary channel? You can see the price action is fairly simple. It just takes some experience and you need to get the screen time under your belt. But I have an uptrend break new high and I can see market going higher, and I can see EMA rejecting. It doesn't behave as there's a breaking new high. There should be correction after new high. Why EMA is holding? Okay, correction reversal. You can see the market geometry just candles fit well inside this channel. So you can predict where the market is going to go. This is very well established secondary channel. You can definitely trust this. You can see how candles fit neatly. I have actually I have one thing higher, so there's a counter reset, new high first entry long. Okay, can redraw the short-term downtrend like this. And this is interesting setup because we have sort of like a triple test, multiple test even. And you can sort of view it as a hidden new low. There is first entry short. There is no break higher, so this is just a visual for second entry short. Technical not, okay, but it's visual first entry short pullback, or let's say hidden. That's the better phrase here, better terminology. First entry short pullback, second entry short failure. This is okay setup, but it is right 1440. Yeah, so 10 minutes after our cutoff point. We generally stop trading 30 minutes before the close. So this is a great setup. Uptrend is new high, but it's a good setup if it forms a little bit early. This formed a little bit too late, but context wise is green. I'm going to mark it green mainly for educational purposes, but because it's too late, you really don't want to take it, especially after the day was this boring. You can be tired and you can't really make it back if you make a mistake. This is why we don't trade this late. But other than that, there's nothing wrong with this. Price action follows the rules here. Great push to new high, market reversed, and now it's about to close. So this was the market structure for today. Very nice uptrend to finish the day with. Great setup, a little bit too late. This is a little bit conflicting area. You always have to be careful around those important key levels such as low today, especially if you have small overshoot. You don't want to sell too early. Not that many great setups. And this is the area where you have to be patient. So it was a little bit slower. We started with nice uptrend, decent for second entry short. Had there been better bar, would have been great happy about this setup. And a lot of areas where you have to wait. That's part of trading as well. Don't get too discouraged as a trader. Being patient and being objective and recognizing where you have to sit on your hands is actually an important skill that you have to learn. It doesn't seem that way. It seems counterintuitive. Hold on, I'm not really taking a setup, so how am I following the rules? How am I being a good trader? But you have to remember that most traders, they actually blow their accounts by taking bad impulsive trades, by revenge trading. Okay, if you stop revenge trading, that's the number one reason of boom and bust. Sitting on your hands when the structure is not clear and not taking impulsive setup That's what's gonna get you over that invisible barrier, over that hurdle that causes boom and bust cycle, that causes revenge trading. Because revenge trading, you take a few losing trades and you go on a tilt, you go on a spiral. That's the number one reason why traders cannot succeed. It's not the fact that they can't really recognize good setups. They can recognize good setups, they have a good win rate, but then they take few impulsive losing trades and they go on a complete tilt. And that happens. It's completely normal. We all been there. We all experienced this. It simply happens when you're not really experienced yet, because you need to trade those emotions out of you. This is where screen time really helps. This is where experience really helps, because with more and more screen time, you get more and more used to this. It becomes a second nature. You'll be more patient. You won't be rushing into setups as much, and you won't be taking losing trades to your heart too much. You will accept them. It's simply part of trading. It's part of doing business. So with more screen time, it gets even easier. This is why if you're new, you're just starting out, you've been trading for a few months, just remain patient. Trading is a skill like anything else. It's like learning a foreign language. It takes time to learn. So you need to get the screen time. You need to study a lot. And once that happens, you will first start to recognize, to see those setups after the fact. And then you will start to see those setups develop live. And it's a great feeling. You will experience this, that you're studying so hard after the fact. You're doing these chart lessons. You're studying the price action. And then you will watch market develop live. And you will actually understand what to anticipate. You will know what setups will form. And it's a great feeling. That's a sign you're turning the corner and you're ready to get on the next level. But either way, I hope you had a good training. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to talk to you next time. Good luck in your trading.